Damn, I can feel it. I can feel it. Come on. Come on. Woo! Damn! Yep, he's coming with me. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kimi alias, and if you don't know anything about the channel, you're new here. My channel is all about photography and filmmaking. I do vlogs, tutorials, and you name it. If you like the content, if you like me, if you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. You know what to do. Before we jump in to today's episode, we got one thing to do. What else than the intro? Let's go. In today's episode, I'm gonna take you through my workflow on how I edit my vlogs. And remember, again, this is my style. Your style might be totally different, but I hope you get something out of this. I hope you understand Premiere a little bit better. Hope I teach you something. Hope you get some kind of value. One thing that I wonder is, if you're using Final Cut Pro at the moment, are you planning on considering maybe switching to Premiere just because they're giving out it for free? Or are you still sticking with Final Cut Pro or something else? If you're working with something else, let me know down below. Without further ado, let's jump into Premiere Pro. I already fired it up, so you don't have to see that process, right? It takes a while. Now we're in Premiere Pro, but I gotta make one small disclaimer. I've done a lot of changes to my keyboard, so I am actually using Z, X, C and V keys really much, just because it's like close to each other. I got everything I need like on 4 fingertips, so that makes everything just convenient for me. But yeah, first what I like to do is actually make a new sequence, and here I just have this because I have seen somewhere that someone is using it. Here in the settings, we can go through this a little bit later on in another video if you're interested. Here I just make sure it's 1920 by 1080, 25 frames per second, push OK, and it should open my sequence like this. Now what I like to do is I make a new bin here in the project thing. project panel. This I name video. If I could write, that should say video. Video. Oh god. Then I make another bin that is for a voice. Then I make a new bin for sound effects and music. Project management, folks. First off, we're gonna import the video. I'm gonna edit some stuff from this vlog already, so we are hopping in here. This is in totally wrong place. Just gonna go to vlog workflow. I know I got them here somewhere. We're just gonna highlight them all and import them. Now for the third thing, what I usually do, if I got some kind of like b-roll or anything else than 25 frames per second, I usually do here a couple of bins. This is named 25, and then 100. Usually because I got 25 frames per second or 100 frames per second. So then when I put them in different folders, I can easily see and find the things that I need. Here on the side we can actually see it says 25 frames per second, and if I would film in 100 frames a second, it would say 100 FPS. And that way I would straight out know which goes to which folder. And right now I got those in the same color, so usually I do like this. I label them in different colors, so then I know on the timeline as well which one is to which one. And then if I got like a drone clips, then I put them in another color and all that. I'm just gonna put that in forest green. But yeah, then I just drag these and drop it into 25 frames per second, and then we go. And actually they are in organized, but usually they're not, so I push name and then they go in the way I have shot them. So then we go back to the project, here to the voice, and just double click it. I go back to the main folder. Here I also have a folder called voice, so I know exactly that they are here. Just gonna import them as well and make sure they are in the same order. Usually people take music at this point and see something that works for them, but I am actually taking the music on just like the last thing in these kind of like typical vlogs. It's the last thing I'm doing. So, and as you can see, actually I have toggled on the proxy button. If you can't see it, you can find it from the plus button and you can just add it. I got it on because I film everything in 4K, edit in proxy and in a 1080 sequence, and then I export it in 4K just because I can. And the quality is a bit better. This usually at 1/4 and that 1/4 just because I don't have a computer that's that fast, so it can actually process it much better. And next, what I like to do, I already know that it's this number 32 I want to start with. So I've chosen that one, double clicked it, it comes up here in source monitor. And I'm just gonna look for the spot that I want the video to start at. And I know it's actually right here. So we're just gonna have a listen. I'm gonna use the I and the O key to put the in point and the out points, so just to make it easier. So it's somewhere around here, and I'm just gonna play the clip and then see where I'm just gonna press the I key and put the in point. It's coming here. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kimi, and if you don't know anything about the channel, you're new here. My channel is all about photography and filmmaking. Cool, we're gonna work with that. Next thing I do, I drag the clip in with this button right here, drag video only. I'm gonna put it right there. Keep existing settings because my sequence is in 1080p, but my footage is in 4K, so I wanna edit in 1080, so that's what I'm gonna do. And as you can see, it's kind of zoomed in at the moment, so I'm gonna jump over to the effects controls and I'm gonna scale it down to 50%. Voila, now we got it. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna drag the audio as well, straight under. Now I know they are synced. Yes, sir. And just to make my life easier, I'm gonna go right now, when I chosen this part of the clip, I'm gonna go to my voice folder, but then I'm gonna look for the same place and I'm gonna sync them together. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kimi alias, and if you don't know anything about the channel, you're new here. Yeah, that's the place. I'm just gonna choose with the I and O key again, in and out points. I'm gonna drag it down right beneath this clip, and as you can see, it's pretty much smaller, so I'm just gonna drag it like that. Next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna highlight these two clips that actually belongs together. I'm gonna link them by pressing the right mouse key and press link. Now you can see they are linked. If they are unlinked, you can choose like either one, but now when they are linked, you just choose both at the same time. Next thing I do is I highlight them all, and because this is from my external mic, I want to use that sound, not the sound from in camera. I'm using this right here. Yeah, so what I was about to say is I'm gonna choose everything. I'm gonna press the right key and choose synchronize. And then I'm choosing audio from here and track channel 1. And just press OK and let Premiere Pro do its magic. Next thing I do is actually I'm starting to do the jump cuts. I'm choosing the C key or pressing the C key. It's the cut tool right there, razor tool they want to call it. Now I can already see, I'm gonna zoom in and I can see already this right here. This is an empty place where I don't say anything. Here. My channel is yeah, that's just like 2 seconds of nonsense. So I'm gonna cut that off. I'm choosing right there and right there. This is only the mic sound. I can't link that to the other ones. But what I can do is now when I choose the cut key again, when I press here, it cuts like the video and the sound at the same time because they are linked. If I press up here on the video, it cuts both of them. And now what I do is I press Z key that I have for the selection tool, and I select every single one of those three, shift, delete, voila, you can see they are gone, and it's moving the clip afterwards together to the clip before. And now we got a situation like this. Here, my channel is up. The 2 seconds of nonsense is gone. About photography, let's see the next one. I do vlogs, tutorials, and here comes. You name it. No, okay, that was stuff. I can't even call them short films. We might leave that in. Random videos. Yeah. Welcome to the channel. That was like, oh yeah, that's nonsense. So I'm gonna do the same thing. Choose there and there, there and there, and just choose everything. Shift, delete. You can see now we can actually, I think we can do like just like this, and just continue from here, small bits at the time. I like to do it this way just because I don't want like my timeline full of this. I take like small parts at the time. So just gonna listen. Welcome to the channel. Yeah, welcome to the channel. If you like, that was, I said it twice, so I think I'm gonna choose the latter one. So I'm gonna delete this and that, and then I'm gonna choose that and that and that and that. Choose everything, shift, delete, take them together. And here I actually just deleted it like normally, so I can press like this, highlight it, and press backspace, and then it goes back together. So now we got a clip that sounds like this. If you're new here, my channel is all about photography and filmmaking. I do vlogs, tutorials, and you name it, short stuff. I might edit that still, but call them short films because they're just short random videos. And yeah, welcome to the channel. If you like the content. And there you can see it works pretty good. Now I'm just gonna highlight that again, extend it. Content, if you like me, if you want to support the channel, please consider liking and subscribing. You know what to do. And there we get the start. Pretty cool, eh? And usually the next thing I do when I have everything selected and all the jump cuts done for the whole video and everything sorted out, and all this is synchronized and everything, then I can basically mute that one because I'm not gonna need the in-camera sound anymore because I have this. What I usually do next is I go to Epidemic Sound. I use Epidemic Sound for every single vlog I do, every single video I do. In the 25-minute video that I made of me editing your photo, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. I used, I think, six or seven different songs from Epidemic Sound. Just took something and put it there, and that's what we're gonna do right now as well. I'm gonna go to Browse. Shameless plug, if you want a 30-day free trial to Epidemic Sound, please use the link down below. It helps me. At the same time, you get a 30-day free trial. You get it either how if you sign up to them, but if you use my link, you help me. As you might know and see, I like hip-hop, so that's where we're gonna go. We're gonna go to the genre. How do you say that? Kylie Jenner. And here in hip-hop, I am usually taking old school hip-hop like that, go back to moods. I like it like laid back, you know, pretty chill old school. Here you can see hopeful, dreamy, laid back old school hip-hop. I'm gonna listen to what the 161 beats per minute sounds like. I think it's too fast. I can feel it, I can feel it. Come on, come on. Woo. Damn! Yep, he's coming with me. Ah, damn, I like these songs. Did you see that? Did you hear it? Woo! God damn! Yeah, sorry. I'm just gonna press here download. Here you can choose, actually, do you want to download all the stems? You can choose. If you press that, you can later on choose if you want like only the drums, only the vocals, only the guitars, whatever, like you can choose from them. But I like the whole thing, so I'm gonna choose and download the whole mix. When it's ready, from here I'm just gonna drag it to the SFX music bin, folder, whatever you want to call it. Just gonna drop it in there, and here we go. You can see. And if someone knows, can you let me know how I can get rid of these, because they are okay, they might work for the music. No, they don't, and I hate this shit. Why? Like, it works there and it works there, but it doesn't work in the between. But yeah, whatever. We're just gonna drop it here on the third place. I'm gonna take it up a notch again, and now I'm gonna take it that all the way there. I'm gonna actually put these to start here. I can see already the drop is right there, so I'm gonna start my video from there. I'm gonna make something out of this start. I'm gonna actually, here you can see the start. I'm not gonna need this one, so I'm actually just going to drag and put it to start somewhere around here. And now usually what I do is I choose every single one of these. It's like the voice clips, and I'm choosing the essential sound panel. If you can't see it, you can find it up on the window tab here, and then essential sound, just press there and it will come up somewhere on your screen. But because these, I know these are dialogues, it's my voice that is on there, I'm gonna just press dialogue and choose from here loudness and auto match. That is gonna, as you can see, it brought everything up a bit, but it's just balancing to not sound terrible in your ears. So that's really good. And the same thing you can hear now if we play from here. You can't hear my voice because the music is so loud. So I'm gonna do the same thing here. I'm gonna choose the music clip, and I'm gonna, from essential sound, I'm gonna press music, loudness, auto match, and then we're gonna listen again.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kimi.
You can see how it balances everything around. Every single one of these are as a dialogue, and this is as a music. I actually can make Premiere automatically take down the volume on the song on every place that I speak on. So I'm gonna show you what I mean. It's called auto ducking or ducking. I'm gonna choose the music layer. I'm gonna press ducking, and here you can see duck against the dialogue, other music, sound effects, ambient sound, or whatever that is. But I'm just gonna choose this, the dialogue, because I want to duck all the dialogues. And then I'm just gonna go down here. It's at minus 18 decibel. I usually put it down to like minus 15 because that's just what I like. And I'm gonna press generate keyframes. Just listen to it right now.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kimi, and if you don't know anything,
compared to when I press generate the keyframes, now it should have all these keyframes here, as you can see. Yep. And listen now.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kimi.
You can still hear the music in the background, but it's so low that it does not distract from what I'm saying. But it gives like a mood to the video.
Know anything about the channel, you're new here. My channel is all about photography.
And yeah, that's that for it. And then I'm actually gonna go to my effects channel right here, and I have this favorite folder. Here is the ones that I use the most. But yeah, you can just type in exponential fade. Here in audio transitions, you're just gonna choose the exponential fade and drag it on here just to get that music a little bit smoother to start in the beginning. Like, oh, that's not in the beginning. Now it should be.
Welcome back to the channel. My name is Kimi.
And I'm pretty happy with that. After this, I start color grading, and that is my weakness. I'm not good at it at all. I have my Lumetri color tab over here already, but if you can see it, you just the same thing, window, and choose Lumetri color, and it will duck up somewhere. And I'm actually going to, before I do anything else, I'm going to enable my Lumetri scopes. That looks this huge right now, but I'm gonna drag it down there, and here you can see like stuff. As I said, this is my weakness. What I learned, you would like the highlights to be around 90 and the darkest parts around 10, but I don't know. First thing I do, I go to curves and I just see how this comes out. I like this when I have the red and or the teal and orange in the background. Then take out the mid-tones, maybe put the darkest a little bit darker, that's pretty good. And then highlights, yeah, I'm just gonna leave it like that. And after the curves is there, I'm going back to the basic corrections. I don't actually have anything like proper white in this picture right now, I think. But we can see what happens. This, I know this up here is white. So yeah, that brings a lot to the table already. Then I'm just gonna play around with this. As you can see, this is changing at the same time I'm playing around. Then just a little bit of saturation on it, and I think that looks decent. And now I'm just gonna press this clip right here, and I'm gonna copy, press Ctrl C, and as you can see right here, this is edited and color graded, and this is not. And there's a huge difference. Next thing I do, I choose the leftover clips like this, press the right arrow key or right mouse key, whatever, choose paste attributes. I've copied all the attributes from this clip with Ctrl C, and I'm gonna check that Lumetri color is chosen, so because that's the only thing we want to copy, and press OK. And now you can see they all got the same color grading on them and they all look the same. After that is done, I go back to my project, and then from down here, let's make that a little bit bigger, you can see this tab, and it's a new item. From the new item, I'm gonna choose adjustment layer, make sure it fits my frame, press OK, and it's open somewhere, probably went in here, yeah. I'm just gonna drag this on every single one of my clips. Here I'm going to put my LUTs. I can't remember who I bought these LUTs from. I think it's from Daniel Schiffer. I got some from Matti Hapoja as well, but I like these Daniel Schiffer ones. I usually go with the vintage 3 or 4. We can see how it looks. I'm gonna choose number 1, and here on the right side you can see and here on the right you can see what's it gonna look like. And here's the intensity of that LUT, and actually I kind of like this look a bit in this clip right now. And now we take the second one, it's the vintage 2. I press here and it applies to the clip itself, but you can see it's like it doesn't look good at this moment. So I'm just gonna drag this down to a bit like 20-30%. You never have to use it at 100%. I've never used it at 100%. But yeah, I don't know, I'm gonna have a look at number 3 and 4, my favorite ones. Maybe too dark. Maybe just 4, yeah. I am actually I'm going with this just because it gives more color. So I'm just gonna drag that down a bit and then go to basic corrections and drag up the shadows. Just play around again with it. And now I have the same adjustment to every single clip of, and the reason why you do this is because you can disable the whole LUT at the same time if you want to, and you can apply the same LUT to a bunch of different clips at the same time. And as you can see, this is without the LUT and this is with the LUT. I like this with the LUT. And when I'm done adjusting and color grading everything, we're just gonna cut that right there. Delete. I'm just gonna save this right now. But yeah, what I want to do next up is I'm going to my last place that is right there. I'm gonna press O as an output, and we're gonna make sure that this layer is muted, so it won't output the muted clips, because this is the one from the camera and we don't want the one from the camera. We want this fellow right here, and it's the green one down under. I usually use the shortcut Control M. That will bring up the export settings. And if you are using a Mac, I have no idea what it is. Sorry. But another way is to go to File, Export, Media. And yeah, here you can see you can choose the default thumbnail if you want to. What I want to do here is actually, first off, I'm gonna press the output name and choose the right place to save it, and I'm gonna just name it vlog workflow, like that. Oh, it's vlog, whatever. You want to name it the same as your title is gonna be, just because YouTube is like a search engine and it benefits your SEO on YouTube. Your search engine optimization on YouTube will benefit from the title and the file itself being the same name, and that's why I do that. Next thing, because I want to export this video in 4K, I am pressing the preset button here, making sure that is H.264. I have no idea why, I can't understand anything of that. I'm gonna choose the YouTube 2160 4K Ultra HD, and now you can see the settings changed here. And then I'm pressing render at maximum depth. Sorry. And I'm gonna press use maximum render. Use maximum render quality. This is some settings we can go through in a whole nother video. And yeah, actually, I don't know why that does like that. And here you can see the file size, and then I'm gonna press export, and now you see. Usually a 4K video for my vlog is about 12 to 15 minutes. It takes around, I would say, 20 minutes to export it about. And when I'm waiting on that, I usually make my thumbnail, and for that I'm using Photoshop. We're gonna go through my thumbnails in a whole nother episode as well. But that's pretty much it. That's my workflow on Premiere Pro. If you're using something else, then I think you can like adapt these things that I do pretty much anywhere. I think Final Cut is working about the same. Correct me if I'm wrong, I never used it. So, but yeah, then I just upload it to YouTube, do everything else there, and that's a whole nother story itself. Yeah, if you If you wonder why I stumble so much with my talking today, is because I'm a bit tired and I'm actually practicing talking faster in English just so I can get my videos a bit more faster and a bit less of those and yeah those what I know I use. So when I talk faster, I'm just practicing my brain, and that's why I stumble on the words. So bear with me, I'm sorry. English is not my main language. If you found anything useful in this video, please leave a thumbs up, leave a comment. Is there anything else you want to see in Premiere Pro or in Photoshop that you want me to teach? Let me know. And yeah, if you liked it, please leave a thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, go check out my Instagram at Kimi alias. And if you are in lockdown and probably in quarantine, I don't know, good luck to you. I send my salute to you, take care, and yeah, just stay home and do your thing. I know it's hard. For me it's really hard because I'm a like really extrovert person, so for me to be alone at home, it's not good for my mental health, and I know that, and it's okay. But I know we're going to get over it, and everything will be fine at some point. So we just we just have to go through it together. Thank you for watching. Love you all. Appreciate you all. Go show some love on my Instagram as well at Kimi alias. And yeah, catch you next week, right? Next week is going to be dope. That I will promise. I don't know why I promised that, but we'll see you next week. Peace. Yeah, I kind of stole that from Peter McKinnon. Sorry, Pete. Oh, look at this. Should I probably should get a like haircut. This looks kind of awful. Or then I go just like full Justin Bieber mode. How you like this one? Sup, girl?